Hello, listen to me. This segment is always going to be about you. You are so important to me. Matter of fact, without your viewership, I am not here because you have options, but you decided to click on this video and watch. I'm going to tell you a very quick story. I've had my first sponsorship, and in the contract, one of their requirements was to actually remove the intro and put their cameo into it. And I said, absolutely not. And it was not able to be negotiated. And then I was like, goodbye, get out. So you matter this much to me. Now, this is for those who want and who can do more. You have options in the description below. Pick one. And if you cannot find the one that fits you best, you can just donate to the channel Buy Me a Coffee. It is the channel support page. With that being said, you watching till the end, pressing, liking, commenting, and interacting with the video does wonders as well. So thank you. The Idaho murders of those four students, complete tragedy. But I want to start this video by congratulating not only the investigation, the police, and also the state, to be really quite honest. And I also want to congratulate the family for being patient, considering the fact that they lost their children. But they found a credible suspect, and that guy is Bryan Khoberger. That's his face right MFing here. Listen to me very closely, because I think he's guilty, not because of the mountain of evidence that's against him. Do you understand? Not because of that. I'm going to tell you why he's guilty. But first, let's look at this monster in another picture. Okay. Now, let's look at him in motion. Okay. So, this is supposedly an innocent person. Listen to me. In his mind. And whoever may believe that he's innocent. Now I'm going to ask you a question. This is my microphone. Hello. Let me ask you a question. You are hanging out in your living room, okay? In your shorts, socks, maybe braless, or whatever, shirtless, okay? And then you hear a knock on the door. Hello, police. And you're like, what? So you answer the door. Of course, you get yourself appropriately dressed. And the police says to you, Mr. or ma'am, you're under arrest. For what? You're under arrest for the murder of your neighbor. What? You clearly got the wrong guy. Okay? At least that's what I would say. And then seconds later, the police is like, oh, no. We have video footage of you committing the crime. What the hell do you say? I didn't do it. I am flailing all over the place. That's the first thing I would do is deny. I would be a complete wreck. Look how composed and calm this monster is. Let me tell you something. Even if there was no evidence, if someone accuses you of a heinous crime, do you just sit there and just like quietly poised? No, this guy looks like he's well rested. He is fed. He has a good nap. He plays some video games. He looked as if he's going to the mall. Do you understand? This is not someone who is stressed in any way, shape, or form. Now, you might ask yourself, you can't just stress because stress is independent to anybody. But no, listen to me very closely. Because it's not just on day 1, day 2, day 3. Even his interaction in court is very cordial. This is such a major charge. And there's a death penalty involved. Honey, I am not being quiet. I am flailing and I'm calling all the lawyers in the world. What if I was innocent? If I was truly innocent, if you were truly like, what? I didn't do it. No. He is calm, poised, and composed because he believes, again, like all these criminals on the wall, he believes he's smarter than the freaking system. He believes he's smarter than anybody else. So he is walking as if you ain't got nothing against me. You ain't got nothing against me. You ain't got nothing against me. What you gonna do? That's the attitude of a very pompous, arrogant, and the essence about him is everything that we obviously don't like. That's why I think he's guilty. The evidence, just put the stamp on it. His behavior is very concrete. Serendipity and what's that? Chance? Please, that doesn't happen. The outlier is so massive, it might as well be 0%. Okay? No, this guy is guilty. Guilty. But we all knew that. Just in case. Now, before I go into the actual video, I apologize for this very long intro. I just needed to confirm that with a dot. For those who are new here, I am Alistair Nzekio, and this is my point of view. Okay, listen. A lot of you already know the details of this case. This is for anyone who is brand new, who has no idea what the hell is going on. Are you ready? This is a synopsis of what the hell happened to those 4 beautiful kids.
Bryan Khoberger, now behind bars, charged with the grisly murders of these 4 University of Idaho students.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Police revealing in a chilling affidavit they believe those students were stabbed between 4 and 4:25 a.m. in the 3-story off-campus home. Kaylee Gonzalez and Madison Mogan discovered on the 3rd floor. Xana and her boyfriend Ethan Chapin killed in a bedroom on the 2nd floor. Also on the 2nd floor at the time of the murder, one of the surviving roommates, who police say was awake and witnessed the intruder, told investigators she heard noises in the home, including cries from Xana's room. And when she opened her door, she saw a masked man coming toward her. He got so close that the survivor could describe his bushy eyebrows before he walked past her and out the back sliding glass door. That roommate then locking her door. Police weren't contacted for another 8 hours.
8 hours is a long time. That's a real mystery to me. Traumatic events, in fact, affect people in different ways.
Police also revealing a shoe print that showed a diamond-shaped pattern just outside that roommate's bedroom door, verifying the suspect's path of travel according to authorities. Kaylee Gonzalez's father hoping police will uncover even more information on why the killer chose these victims.
Okay, now you know. Isn't it terrible? Isn't it absolutely ridiculous? Now that we understand what the story is, let's move forward to the next part. You know, one of the top questions that I see reappearing quite often is the question of why. Why did it hit? Why did it happen? Why did he do it? Why? But you know, in the same breath, I hear the opposite. Who cares why? What does it matter? I just feel like I need to address that. The reason why is so important is because it provides closure to the families. I can tell you right now, if I have lost my daughter, the one thing I would like to know is why. It's a sort of closure. It's very important for the mental state and the progression and the healing of the household and also of the community. It's important for healing. The second reason why it's very important is because it allows professionals to study, to learn, so they can prevent and improve the conditions. Super important. Because it's thanks to the why that you can improve the profile, improve the detect system, improve the laws maybe. You can improve so many things by just understanding why. That is why. Why is so important, no pun intended. And in the same breath, once you understand why, you can better understand how, and it can help you defend yourself and protect it from happening further. Why is extremely important to understand. Okay? Perfect. Well, let's try to understand why.
Simpson trial now lives in Idaho and is claiming that victim Kaylee Gonzalez had a stalker.
I talked to one student, and I agree with this. It was twice removed from the person that said it, Kaylee, but Kaylee 2 months ago complained about a stalker.
I got to tell you something about stalkers, and you know, it's the general public does not know or may not necessarily know, but true stalkers are sick. True stalkers have something medically not okay with them. There is something in here, brain chemistry, that does not compute. They are highly triggered by specific things that turn into OCD. They have legitimate issues. And what makes stalkers very dangerous is that you, as a victim, have no idea until it's too late. And even if you survive the first attack, It becomes so obsessive for them. They literally will not be okay until they get you. For them, proximity is their drug. And once they get in proximity, they want to have full control over you. Yeah, it's almost as if you're giving a porcelain doll to a 2-month-old and expecting the 2-month-old not to break it. That's what stalkers are. True stalkers are sick. They are sick. It is a level of therapy that is so difficult to therapize out of that sick mind. They are dangerous. Okay? And so when I heard this, I was like, oh, shit. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. And let me tell you something else. These girls may have done nothing wrong. Let me tell you, all it takes is just for you to look at them and say, like that. That's it. And it will trigger them, and they will be like, oh, you gotta go. Yeah. Yes. Anyway, let's check out this next part.
Autopsies on the 4 students found each had multiple stab wounds. Some had defensive wounds, showing they fought with the attacker. And there was no sexual assault. County Coroner Kathy Mabbutt is describing the murders as personal.
Were they found in beds?
Yes. There were multiple stab wounds. The fatal ones were to the chest area or the upper body area.
The father of Xana Kernodle says her wounds show she fought for her life.
Bruises, maybe hurt by the knife or whatever.
Yeah.
She's a tough kid. Whatever she wanted to do, she could do it.
And we're learning that.
So the reason why I wanted to be very clear that one of the victims actually showed defensive wounds. I'm going to tell you about that, but first, let's go through the affidavit. The affidavit is very important. It's going to paint you a very specific picture, and I'm going to tell you a little bit my point of view on that. Oh, girls. And boy. Okay. So, here we go. I then followed OFC Smith upstairs, officer, to the 3rd floor of the residence. The 3rd floor consisted of 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. The bedroom on the west side of the floor was later determined to be Kaylee Concalves, hereafter Concalves' room. I later learned from the view of Officer Nunez's body camera there was a dog in the room when Moscow police officers initially responded. The dog belonged to Goncalves and her ex-boyfriend Jacques Ducoeur. Oh, must be French. That was the easiest word to pronounce in this entire thing. Ducoeur. I found out from my interview with Jacques Ducoeur on November 13, 2022 that he and Goncalves shared the dog. OFC Smith then pointed out a small bathroom on the east side of the 3rd floor. This bathroom shared a wall with Madison Morgan's, hereafter Morgan's bedroom, which was situated on the southeast corner of the 3rd floor. Got it. Boom. As I entered this bedroom, by the way, so this right here lays out the map of the place. Okay? And that's important. That's important because that lunatic monster knew exactly where he was going. Beelined. He knew exactly where he was going. He had a very understandable map of this house. And he's never been there before, allegedly. Okay. As I entered this bedroom, I could see 2 females in a single bed in the room. Both Goncalves and Morgan were deceased with visible stab wounds. In the previous video we just saw, he just came in, stabbed, and left. It was personal. It was absolutely personal. He didn't even care. All he wanted is to prove a point. And that point is that I can kill you. And I will do it. Yes, that's this point. And he studied those girls and guy. And he studied that house. He studied their pattern. He studied. Okay? Because he didn't falter. He didn't fidget. He went straight for the room. All right? Okay. So I also later noticed what appeared to be a tan leather knife sheath laying on the bed next to Morgan's right side when viewed from the door. The sheath was later processed and had KA-BAR, USMC, and the United States Marine Corps Eagle Globe and Anchor insignia stamped on the outside of it. The Idaho State Lab later located a single source of male DNA. Now listen to me very well. I don't even need to read any further. He's guilty. What do you mean? He's never been to the house before and his knife is found, the sheath of the knife is found in the room of one of the victims? Anyway, calm down, Alistair. All right? This second paragraph of this page 3 was very revealing to me, because for someone who studied the house very carefully, because he was stalking them for quite a long time, he had it planned out. This is someone who planned it out. For him to drop his sheath, something must have happened. Something must have happened. He must have been rushed. Do you understand? Because the way he was meticulous to know exactly where everything was without actually being in the house, that takes skills. I want you to know. I don't have that kind of skills. What? Oh my God, move. Can't see. Oh, can't see. Oh, she put the shades down. Wait, I gotta go in the front? Oh my God, too much work. Do you know how much work it is to stalk someone? A regular person don't have that kind of time. You need to be a lunatic to be a stalker. Who has that time? Even college kids don't have that time. Like, is that what you want to do with your spare time? Just stare at the house all day, 24/7. Is that what you want to do all day? All day. Because you got to do this all freaking time. Oh, look at that. They changed rooms when I was in college. Look, it was completely not even allowed by the RA. But who cares? Come on, we're college kids. We break the rules all the freaking time. We would change bedrooms. Why? No. It's cold in here. Want to change rooms? Yeah. We did that all the time. All the freaking time. Okay, maybe sometime. Can you imagine if the girls did that? They changed the rooms? Who has that time? Lunatic. Well, lunatics. Ridiculous. As part of the investigation, numerous interviews were conducted by Moscow Police Department officers, Idaho State Police detectives, and FBI agents. 2 of the interviews included BF and DM. Survivors. Look, I'll get into them in a little bit. Both BF and DM were inside the King Road residence at the time of the homicide and were roommates of the victims. BF's bedroom was located on the east side of the first floor, okay, downstairs of the King Road's residence. BF is the one who survived, but she was downstairs. DM was the survivor of upstairs. I'm sorry. Now listen to this. DM and BF both made statements during interviews that indicated the occupants of the King Road residence were at home at 2 a.m. and asleep or at least in their rooms by approximately 4 a.m. This is with the exception of Kenodley, who received a DoorDash order at the residence approximately 4 a.m. DM stated she originally went to sleep in her bedroom on the southeast side of the second floor. DM stated she was awakened at approximately 4 a.m. by what she stated sounded like Goncalves playing with her dog in one of the upstairs bedrooms, which was located on the 3rd floor. A short time later, DM said she heard who she thought was Goncalves say something to the effect of "there is someone here." Separately, a review of records obtained from a forensic download of Kimoto's phone, that's the girl downstairs, showed this could also have been Kimoto, as her cellular phone indicated she was likely awake and using the TikTok app at approximately 4:12 a.m. DM stated she looked out of her bedroom but did not see anything when she heard the comment about someone being in the house. I have to pause there right there, okay? Because the forensic report is suggesting that, hey, it could have been anybody else. No, and no. I understand that a lot of people have a lot of noises in their house when they walk around shirtless, braless, in their panties, maybe. But one thing is sure, is that you can distinguish between a foreign noise and a familiar noise. You can distinguish when TV is being played, when TikTok is being played. You could tell. You could tell when there's a stranger. If there's a sound of a stranger, you can tell when there's an intruder who entered or is speaking around your house. If not an intruder, you can tell when someone new entered the house, right? If I'm sitting here and there is a TikTok playing upstairs and I hear a voice that's like, "Good morning, sir." I mean, good evening, sir. I'd be like, "Okay, someone is here." Yeah. I have full faith in the ability of the human body and our great hearing. I hear it. I hear everything. But anyway, all jokes aside though, no, I do think that DM had an instinct and be like, "Oh, I heard what she said and maybe I agree. Let me just go and check." If there was no doubt, she wouldn't have opened the door to check if there was a stranger in the house. That means she heard what she heard. And Concalves said what she said. So then DM stated she opened the door a second time when she heard what she thought was crying coming from Kemoto's room. That's the room downstairs. DM then said she heard a male voice say something to the effect of, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." Yeah, like this is not, yeah. Again, your brain can distinguish between I'm watching TV, I'm playing TikTok, I'm playing video games, between, oh, there's someone here that I don't know. DM stated she opened her door for the third time after she heard the crying and saw a figure clad in black clothing and a mask that covered the person's mouth and nose walking towards her. DM described the figure as 5'10" or taller, male, not very muscular, but athletically built with bushy eyebrows. The male walked past DM as she stood in a frozen shock phase. The male walked towards the backsliding glass door. DM locked herself in her room after seeing the male. DM did not state that she recognized the male. And this leads investigators to believe that the murderer left the scene. Okay, I'm done with the affidavit. I want to address the victim shaming of DM. I think it's important. I think it's important that if you're one person who has the audacity to say, "How dare you DM," let me educate you on something. When you are in face of danger, what people don't understand is that a lot of those primal reactions are inscribed in your DNA. You don't control half of that stuff. You don't know how you're going to react. It's easy to be like, "Well, if I was in front of the murderer, I would just do a cartwheel, flip, backflip, kick the gun out of your hands, and I'll say, 'Put your hands up.'" No, get out of here with that. You have no idea how you will react. And let me tell you something. Freezing, standing still, it's a defense mechanism that is effective. Let me tell you why it's effective. Because if it was not effective, it would have been completely gone with the gene pool. I'll tell you why it's effective. Because I believe DM was saved because she froze. Okay? Again, biology class. Welcome to PACT Nation. We teach you school here. All right? Your eyeballs, okay? Your peripheral vision, extremely keen at capturing movement. You may not be able to read a book from the side, but you can see when there's movement happening from your peripheral, which is very helpful for creatures to freeze if there is danger. Because if you don't move, then the peripheral doesn't catch. When your peripheral catches something, there's an automatic system that forces your eyeball to focus on the movement. Literally, movement, focus. Have you seen babies? Babies do that all the time. They can't control that. Movement, focus. Movement, focus. Movement, focus. The problem is with human eyeballs is that we are not solely dependent on a peripheral vision for hunting. So it's not as effective against another human predator, but it works. It works. And let me tell you why the freezing saved her. Because in this affidavit, clearly there is a scuffle happening downstairs. And there's a survivor downstairs. But Listen, she had a DoorDash, the girl downstairs. That means there's still movement downstairs. They're still like, oh my God, food, this movement. The girls upstairs are like in the bedroom getting ready for bed. The guy, the murderer, got into the house and did not expect to be confronted with live human beings that move. He expected everybody to go to sleep. He was forced to act because he saw and he acted. And unfortunately, he went for those two. Then he went upstairs and he knew exactly where to go. And he went to Concaves, Kaylee, and Morgan Madison's room. Chop, chop, chop. I mean, stab, stab, stab. Chop, chop, chop. This Chandler Caesar guy. No. He stabbed them. Yes. And then he left and ran out. If she had moved, because I don't think, listen, this girl was already scared. You think she's going to open her door like this? Who's there? Who's there? Is someone here? Who could it be? No. She already has an inclination that something is off. Do you understand? So naturally, you don't just be like, hey, anybody here? No, you just think like, what the hell's going on? What's happening? Right? If she was moving, he would have cut that with his peripheral and he would have focused. He would have seen her and he would have finished the job. I hardly believe that's why. And I can guarantee you it was not well lit. It was pretty dark. Does it say it was dark? Who cares? I guarantee you it was not even well lit. Because if that madman had seen her, he would have ended her as well. Now you combine frontal vision, not so clear, peripheral, not catching any movement, the murderer felt safe enough to escape. And he forgot that there were eyeballs frozen and staring at him. Because it's thanks to this affidavit that we caught him. So you guys victim shaming her, you better say thank you, DM. Thank you, DM. Thank you that you were alive to tell us the story because thanks to your affidavit, we got him. Enough with the victim shaming. Enough. And let me tell you, when I tell you that it is so common, like I wouldn't be this heated if it was 1 comment, 2 comment, 3 comment, 4 comment. It was almost in everywhere I looked. That was it. Even the news were like, how come she didn't call? Where was she? What do you mean she froze? What was she doing? Couldn't she help? I was like, who are you? Like, it's hard enough for a friend to be murdered right next to her. And then she has to deal with the whole world being like, girl, what were you doing? You know, I don't get that. People being insensitive to this point. I really don't understand that. I don't know how you guys are built. It just annoys me. It just pulls on my strings a little bit too hard. Sorry for being emotional. Sorry for being myself. So, as you know, right, we have this mountain of evidence. I'll get to that in a bit. And you might say to yourself, like, why do we need a trial? He's guilty. Listen to me. In America, you're innocent until proven guilty. And just like this guy, Chandler, and Darrell Brooks, yeah, even her, Sarah Boone, look, with all the criminals behind me, they had ironclad situations. And I always wondered, what the hell is the defense going to do? I told you guys, right? If I was a defense lawyer for one of those criminals, I don't think I'd be able to do it. And I know, like, public defenders are not able to, you know, like, who is it? You win. Are not able to get away from their job. But I would be like, I have a headache. I have COVID. I can't breathe. My eyeballs hurt. I can't think. I lost a leg. I'll be making every excuses in the book to not freaking work for this. This is too much headache to defend. So let's just see what the defense could poke holes into. Let's go.
Attorney Terry Austin. All 3 of us have had a chance to look over this affidavit, and while there is a lot of evidence against Khoberger, it's not as airtight as people might think. Brian, you're a defense attorney. Where do you see the problems?
All right, I'll start with the first one. The pinging of the phone associated with Khoberger is strong evidence, but it isn't without holes that the defense can argue. Using cell towers to track a suspect is a common practice amongst police officers and can be very helpful, but when you start digging a little deeper, doubt may grow. Whether it's reasonable is up for the jury to decide. Cell phone towers can have a radius of up to 25 miles. Many, especially in urban areas, can pinpoint a person's phone to a closer than a mile because there are so many towers in a given area. Khoberger's phone pinged off the towers that's in the area of the murders. That could be only maybe 5 to 10 miles radius or maybe less. And when the school is 7 to 8 miles away, that doesn't tell us much. In terms of the path of the vehicle, that's more...
Okay, so what they're saying there is that even though the cell phone pinged him in that location, maybe he was not in the house. Maybe he was in the forest here. Or maybe he was in the lake. Maybe he was in the bathroom here, right? What he's saying is that the cell phone doesn't pinpoint you to the exact location. Really? I didn't know that. Please, we all have GPS activated, don't we not? Okay. I had no idea. I had no idea that your cell phone gives you an approximate. Really? All right then. Google, get to work.
Art than science. As the officer himself says, he knows the path and he deduced which way it would go, but what if there are other roads? We know that people from the WSU also go to Moscow to party, so going there 12 times could have an innocent explanation.
So another one here is saying, because at some point in the evidence, they were saying that, I forget his name, Bryan Khoberger, that Bryan Khoberger, he was in the area scoping the girls, right? But the argument could be he's just there partying. Well, look, this is what I got to say to this stupid defense hole. All right, we all partied, right? We all take pictures. Yay! Woohoo! Woohoo! Oh my gosh, this is so fun! Show me the pictures, Brian. Where were you? Show me the pictures. Let me see your phone. Simple as that, right? I think they're just fishing for fish, and there's no fish to fish. So therefore, they're just putting their rod in water, and they realize the water is actually acid. Fishing acid. Ridiculous. Stupid.
You know what, Brian? I actually think the cell phone data coupled with the video footage of the white Elantra is plenty to convince a jury that Khoberger is the killer.
Yes.
We know that Khoberger's phone was at his residence at 2:42 on December 13th, and then it traveled south. 5 minutes later, the phone stopped sending signals, meaning that it was either turned off or placed on airplane mode. The phone is then turned back on at 4:48 a.m. In addition to the cell phone evidence, the authorities have corroborating video of Khoberger's white Elantra at the scene of the crime beginning at 3:39 a.m. on the 13th. The car was ultimately seen leaving the student residence at about 4:20 at a high speed of rate. All of this might be circumstantial evidence, but it is enough evidence for the jury to conclude that Khoberger was at the scene of the crime when the murders took place. And the evidence also supports the argument that Khoberger intentionally turned his phone off. And as far as I'm concerned, he's trying to avoid detection, and it's a clear consciousness of his guilt.
All right, Terry.
100%. Let me ask you this question. When's the last time you go to the store and turn your phone off? Okay, never. When's the last time you go to the store and be like, let me just put my phone on airplane mode while I shop and come back and turn it back on? Yeah, never. Like, this serendipity situation is completely stupid. I don't understand even why that's even admissible in court. But you know what? I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a regular human being with an opinion. People are way smarter than me who can just defend this guy, right? But if I was a jury, Spuddy One, look, I get called a jury duty a lot. A lot. Yeah. I always get kicked out. They're always like this. This guy, clearly we're going to lose. Get out. I always get kicked out. And truthfully, kick me out. Because you know what? No. If it makes sense to me, it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. Serendipity. Oh, look at that. Look at that. The stars aligned and my pen landed exactly like that. Get out of here. Are you serious? Serendipity. That's your defense? Ugh.
I see that, but that's not the only potential problem I see in this case. The fact that we have an eyewitness, Dylan, of the suspect is huge, and the description could definitely be Khoberger. I think it's fair to say that everyone immediately went to his eyebrows when we heard the report, so let's go there. I'm on the fence. Does Khoberger have thin eyebrows? No, I don't think anyone's going to say that. But does he have bushy eyebrows? Bushy to the point that they would be an identifying feature when a person is wearing a mask? I think that's where reasonable minds can disagree, and that may cause doubt. The prosecution...
I disagree. I have to stop there because let me tell you something. Is there a word that distinguishes between thin and bushy? Is there medium eyebrow thickness? Is there a word? I'm foreign. Teach me. Is there a word? Because, you know, there's thin eyebrows, bushy eyebrows. What's the in between? I think there's only two options, is it not? So if it's not thin, it's bushy. Sir, have a seat. Look, I'm not mad at him. I just know, I'm not mad at him. I just know he's probably doing his job and playing devil's advocate. I get it. He's a defense lawyer, right? He's a defense. Who cares? Who cares? Honestly, who cares? Who cares? Because he's bringing up the antithesis of what a mind is going for. So he's a brain scratcher, which is very good. I like you, sir. I like you. He's very good. It's very good. But when reality sets in, I don't know what jury's going to eat that up. Who's going to eat that up? It's not thin, it's not bushy, therefore it's dismissed?
Of course, we'll parade a picture of him with the bushiest eyebrows, and the defense will get a picture where his eyebrows look.
Sorry. I don't know who that guy in the middle is, but that's some bushy eyebrows, okay? Wow. Okay. What? Oh, that's some thick hair. That's some good hair. Oh. Wow, people have good hair. Thick eyebrows, though. My eyebrows are not that thick. What? Who cares? It's just freaking eyebrows. And by the way, looking at the murderer over there on the left, alleged murderer. Oh God, you two, be quiet. The murderer over there. Yeah, it looks bushy to me. It looks bushy to me. And the other guy on the far left, I can't see anything. So, okay, so that's thin and that's bushy. All right.
Thin. He's no Eugene Levy, though. Lev, sorry. Now, Dylan will be cross-examined on her sobriety that night, how much she slept, the lighting, which could raise more than just questions. But it's not just his appearance, but how she came about it. She was that close to the killer, and he didn't attack her. She was frozen, so scared, but never checked on her friends or called the police for another 8 hours. That may...
You say, oh, please, I've seen that victim shame everywhere. It was splattered against the wall, the ceiling, the floor, the sewer. It was everywhere. Do you understand? Again, you don't know how you're going to react when you are facing this situation. And I just explained to you, her freezing probably saved her life because the killer was rushing out the door. If he saw any movement, he would have stopped, do the job, and ran back out. Her freezing saved her. And why did she lock herself in the room? Are you out of your mind? What do you think? Oh, okay, fine. I'll tell you this right now. Unless you're my spouse, my daughter, fine, my mom. Oh, this is a hard one. I'm gonna say, who'd you pick? But if I have to pick, and there's like corners going on outside, this is a hard one actually. Yeah, I probably would sacrifice myself. I would be like, I have to give it a try. Come on. You take the daughter, you escape. I'll meet you later. You're right. I would probably not come back. I probably won't come back. You're right. I would have done something. You're right. But then again, I'm not her. I'm not DM. So DM, you did the right thing. DM, you did the right thing. You did the best you could. Do you understand? You go through your life and you heal, and you don't listen to the world talking to you like you did something terrible. Thank you, DM, because thanks to your affidavit, we got a credible suspect.
Raise a few eyebrows.
You know what, Brian? I do admit that the identification is not foolproof, but it was clear and it was concise. Based on DM's statement, we know that the homicide occurred between 4 a.m. and 4:25 a.m. Now remember, DM heard the dog barking, she heard Kaylee say that someone is here, she heard crying sounds, and she heard a male's voice say, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." Plus, she saw a person matching Khoberger's general description pass right by.
Look at his face. Look. He may not look like it to you, but he's well fed. He slept well. He looks very well rested and happy to be here with a smile on his face. If you were truly innocent and you find yourself in the accused chair with a death penalty hanging over your head, I am not sleeping. I am not sleeping. I am crying. Look, this is what I would be. The first time I see a camera, the first moment I see a camera, I'd be like this. Listen to me, I didn't do it. I swear, I didn't do it. No. I would be everywhere, screaming. I'd be like, yeah, what? I'd be like, anyone want to talk to me? Anyone, Fox? CNN? MSNBC? Yep, I'll talk. Come on. Come here. I'm gonna die. What? Come here. I didn't do it. I swear. I would be so annoying. They'd be like, maybe it's not him. Yeah, 100%. I'd be yapping like a canary. I'll get a lawyer though. My lawyer would be like, shut up. Okay, fine. Okay, I'll take it back because I have to listen to the lawyer. But inside, I'd be a complete mess. Again, but I'm not crazy like that. So, yeah. No, it's because he thinks. He's smarter than us. He thinks, well, you're gonna find nothing. He thinks. Here's another one on our wall. We have to add him on the wall. What do we put for him? Put in the comments below. Look, for the new one, this is Daddy Bailey for Darryl Brooks. This is Scissors for Chandler, the one who cut up his parents. Chop, chop, chop. This is Sarah Boone, the girl who allegedly put her boyfriend, I keep saying that. No, he jumped in a suitcase. She zipped him up and tumbled him on the floor. He didn't come out alive. What do we put for this guy? Eyebrows? Ooh, eyebrows. Yeah. Eyebrows. But let me know in the comments below. What should be his mascot? Because I'm going to try with this man. Do you understand? Oh, next segment. Okay. So after the murder, allegedly, he took his car and ran off. I don't know where he went. Quite frankly, it doesn't really matter where he went. It doesn't matter because he sped away, got in the car and ran away. Okay. Now, if you track what the cell phone situation, it wasn't even like a week later. He just literally hopped in the car and disappeared. This is the police stopping him for a speeding violation. He's driving too fast. He's driving too close to the car in front of him. Tailgate. Side note, I didn't know you get a ticket for tailgating. This is interesting because Chris tailgates all the time. And I'm always like, can you please step back? No. Oh, this is great. I had no idea you get a ticket for tailgating. This is great. All right, tailgate it is. All right, listen to this because we're going to analyze his behavior. I want you to pay attention very closely to his eyeballs. Let me tell you something. Another aspect of risen cortisol is you either blink too fast or you stop blinking. Fight and flight gives you a deer in the headlight effect. Okay? Or it does the opposite. Let's check this out.
Hello. How you doing? How y'all doing today? Good. Take a look at your driver's license real quick if I could. See, he's right up on that van, man. You right up on the back end of that van. Pulled you over for tailgating. Is this your car? Okay. Cool. Where are you headed?
We're going to actually well, we're coming from WSU, and we're scanning early.
What What's WSU?
Yeah, I go to university basically. Yeah, we were listening to something that was occurring with the Deconstructing.
It's very subtle. What you see here, number one, he only blinked 3 times, for what I could count. So he's nervous. There's definitely nerve going there. Number 2, when they ask him where he's going, where are you going? I'm going home. Where are you going? To the store. Where are you going? I'm going there. It's such a simple question. The it's because it's a question that he was not prepared to answer. And he does not want to divulge where he is going because there is a sense of guilt. You have nothing to hide. Where are you going? Why are you spitting? Why are you tailgating so much? And look who picks up the conversation when that happens. His dad. His dad steps in to save his son. I'm not reading too much into it. I will explain to you later a little bit. Listen to this. Let's replay this mess.
Cool. Where are you headed?
We're going to actually well, we're coming from W.
The father steps in. As soon as his son fumbles, he steps in. But then look how the son looks at his dad. Nervous. Like, what are you going to say? What are you going to say? What are you going to say? It's very subtle. Pay a little more attention. It's hard to see, I know, but his eyeballs dilate even more. There is cortisol streaming through that body to so much that there's no reuptake happening. Look, because even the dad fumbles. Okay? Let's play that one more time. So now you know he fumbled, the dad picked it up. Now look at his eyeballs, looking at his father like, what are you going to say? What are you going to say?
We're coming from WSU, and
we're coming from WSU, and Crease looks at the cop, looks away. I'll play one more time, man. Let me tell you something. These eyeballs of mine don't miss nothing. It's a curse and a gift. Look. Let's look again. He does 3 things in here. The father interrupts. He gets a gasp. He looks at his dad like, what's you going to say? And he said, WS, whatever, the university. Oh, he panics like, Dad, what are you doing? All right? And then he looks at the cop and looks away. Let's go.
We're coming from WSU.
I'm going to play this in very slow motion. I'll try to zoom in as best I can in the editing process. Okay, I'll try. You see that? Stares at WSU. Oh, I know I said it wrong. Be quiet. So he read the university, and he is looking at his father, takes contractions, looks away at the cop, and looks right away. Because he doesn't want the cop to look into his eyes and see something is wrong. He's hiding. I told you, right? One way to control your tremor, your involuntary tremor, is to contract. Look, try to shake while contracted. It's very hard. I mean, it will happen. If the stress is high enough, forget all your tricks. You will shake. You will shake like a salt shaker. You'll shake. Right? But if it's not high enough, you can control a little bit. All I see in his face is tension. He is tensing because he's trying to control the involuntary. He is nervous. Let's do it one more time, just for giggles.
We're coming from WSU, and we're standing early.
What's WSU?
Yeah, I go to university basically. Yeah, we were listening to something that was occurring with the Deconstructing.
There's something else he did. When the cop started asking what is WSU, he does not let his father answer. The father is the one who made the statement. The cop is talking back to the father. But this boy, Bryan, is bushy eyebrows, is interjecting into the commentary. He's interjecting and he's like, Dad, be quiet. Let me take over here. Okay? Because nobody can lie better than you. Please, Mom, be quiet. Right? Right? Be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. I'm the one who's lying. I'm the liar. I can do it better than you because he knows his story up here. He knows his story because, he's smarter than all of us, right? Remember? He knows more than everybody. No. No. He's like, Dad, shut up. Let me talk to this cop. You've already put me in enough stress. Yeah.
So I'm having a hard time hearing you because of the traffic. So you're coming from Washington State University?
Yeah.
And you're going where? Oh.
We're going to be going to Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're slightly punchy because we're driving for hours.
Hours, days.
Hours to drive. Well, almost a day.
Okay. And what did you say about some SWAT team thing? Or
yeah, there was a mass shooting and everything.
Where?
This was
Interesting.
Well, it's horrifying because he goes to the university, you know what I mean?
So y'all work at the university there?
I actually do work there.
Oh.
PhD in criminal
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I hadn't heard about that incident. Just yesterday, or?
This happened this morning. About an hour and a half ago. They're still wrapping it up for investigating. I'm not sure there's two shooters because they did shoot somebody.
I see.
And then we don't know about that actually. They were there, they were shooting out of the window or something.
Interesting. Wow. Okay. So do me a favor, don't follow too close, okay?
For that last segment, he blinked 6 times. 6 times. This moment the gun was involved, he blinked 6 times. Before the gun, he blinked maximum 3 times. He was staring at the officer, probably trying to read as much as he can. Yes, he didn't want to miss anything, any cues. That's why he was not blinking. There was nervousness there. Someone who is, look, the only thing I'll be nervous is, how much is the ticket? What am I getting? First of all, I'll be like, tailgating? I get a ticket for that? Yeah, you get a ticket for that. Oh, okay, sorry, officer. Okay, sorry, officer, sorry. Where are you going? Home? Work? Not like, where you going? Okay, maybe if I say, where you going? Home? Work? No, man, it's the police. I'm not acting an idiot. It's the police. You get your facts straight. No pun intended, but you know what I mean? Anyway. I saw that. Look, I saw that. I didn't even need the evidence. This is just another piece of the puzzle of his behavior of someone who believes that nobody is onto him. Even, let's just say, if he was a normal person, if I was the murderer and I was like, damn it, they caught me. How the hell did they catch me? And I'm sitting there like, oh, with the camera. Oh, damn, DM, she saw me? Oh, damn it, someone saw me. Yeah, I still won't get sleep. No. This guy looked like he slept well. Nice and sleepy. Look well rested. I don't get criminals. Honestly, listen, if you're a criminal and you watch me, listen to me. Number 1, you suck. Number 2, let me tell you something. Someone's gonna get you. Look. He studied the house, sneaked into the house, murdered everybody who saw him, and they still caught him. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? How much better are you gonna do this? Exactly. Okay, enough about this guy. Let's now see who is he? Who is he? I'm curious. Who is he? So now that we know how the murder happened, now that we know the details of the murder, now that we know who is this stupid idiot, Bryan Khoberger, Okay? Who the hell is he? Who the hell is he? Well, let's see.
Reporter Andy McCormick live at DeSales University in Center Valley, Pennsylvania tonight. Andy, that's where the suspect recently got a master's degree. His field of study there now seems an eerie one.
Yeah, Brian, that's right. He completed his undergraduate studies here at DeSales University in 2020, and then he received his master's in criminal justice here just this year. DeSales University releasing a statement today about former student 28-year-old Bryan Khoberger, seen here graduating with a Master of Arts in Criminal Justice. Khoberger was arrested this morning on 4 first-degree murder charges for the...
I'm sorry, I had to pause this again. Look at that face. Smiling. No bag under his eyes. Look at that clear face. He got a good sleep. Good nap. And his eyebrows are bushy. I don't know what that guy was talking about. It's clearly bushy. Look, with a smile on his face, he's like, hello, I'm famous. I'm famous. No, this is not someone who's worried at all. He's not worried at all.
Stabbing deaths of 4 Idaho University students as they slept in their beds on November 13th. DeSales University acknowledging the arrest and his affiliation with the university as an undergrad graduating in 2020 and a graduate student completing his degree in June 2022. His name is listed here in the 2022 commencement program. DeSales saying this in part in a statement, quote, as a Catholic Silesian community, we are devastated by this senseless tragedy. Our thoughts and prayers are with the victims' families during this difficult time. Sources tell ABC News investigators are looking at this Reddit post, actively recruiting criminals as part of a school study to understand the psychology of those who commit crimes. It was written by a user named Bryan Khoberger and linked to a survey of detailed questions. And the small community around the Catholic liberal arts school also reacting that a possible brutal killer was walking amongst them.
It's definitely a little scary, and it's spooky to think about someone in the community being here for years and just having no idea. We, both of us, have definitely spent a decent amount of time on the DeSales campus. We run there all the time. Yeah, it's just really weird to think about, you know.
And Brian, according to authorities, he was actually continuing his studies at a school that was not far from the crime scene where those Idaho students were killed. As for DeSales University, they have sent out an email to all students and faculty saying if anybody needs counselors, they will be available.
So he was a criminal justice major, PhD, learning about criminals. You saw that, right? He had this little thing on Reddit about like, let me study you, criminals. Yeah. Yeah, he really was obsessed with being a criminal. But you know what's interesting? And this is a PhD student, right? I can't even turn around and talk to him. I can't even turn around. I need bushy eyebrows, but listen. Look, in the evidence, the way they caught him, they washed him. They washed him. Like this. They washed him. And in the next segment, which I'll show you, is that they go through his trash. And let me tell you something. I'm not even a criminal. And I can tell you this, and my lawyer told me that because of work. Listen, whatever you put away in the trash, it's not yours. Matter of fact, it's in the legalese. It's in the legalese. If it's in the garbage, it's not yours. Oh yes, if you throw your diamond ring in the garbage and I find it, it's mine. You can sue me all you want. It's not yours anymore. It's mine. I'm so serious. I am so serious. Yeah, even I know that. If I know this as a regular citizen, and he's someone who studies criminal and law, he got caught because he was trying to throw stuff in the trash. Again, this is just to tell you how they think. They think they are smarter than the system. So as you see, Bryan Khoberger was a student of criminology. Oh no, he was more than a student, darling. He was like PhD level student. Okay, and to make things even more eerie, he had a Reddit post. He was looking for criminals to study them, study their mind, for free. Like, your thing is confidential. First of all, if I was a criminal, I'd be like, no, I'm not going. Can you imagine if you're a criminal? If you're a criminal, would you go to a post on Reddit and divulge your crime for the sake of being studied? No! I wonder who are the stupid criminals who actually applied. Yeah, study me, I'm a criminal. What's your crime? I robbed the bank. Really? It's just stupid. Completely stupid. You know? Stupid criminal talks to stupid criminals. Yeah, sure, why not? But listen, that's not even the point. The point here is that this is someone who is obviously obsessed with, with true crime like the rest of us. Oh my God, bushy eyebrows. Obsessed with true crime, except he's on the other side. Can I tell you a funny situation? So, during the holidays, right, we're driving home from whatever. And I told you guys, right, you guys are the conversation in my household. And you know what Chris said? Chris was like, Alstead, wouldn't that be crazy how, like, I'm the criminal and that you find me on TV, handcuffed, you know? And I said, yeah, that would suck. And then, you know, and then you guys are like, oh my God, did you see Alstead yesterday? He was in handcuffs. I'll tell you right now, if I am ever caught by criminality, I am in tears. Oh, please, it will be a spectacle. Do you understand? You just get your popcorn. I'd be like, oh no, I didn't do it. Like, no. Let me tell you something. If I ever get caught, true or not, I am melting in tears. I'm doing cartwheels. I'm blinking. I'm like, no! The first camera I see, like Fox, CNN, and any camera, I'd be like, listen to me. I didn't do it. Oh, please. Forget your lawyer. Don't touch me. I didn't do it. It was funny. It was such a comical moment in the car when I was talking with Chris, because we were laughing, and I was like, and Chris was like, yeah, you would do that. I said, yeah, I totally would do that. I didn't do it. Let me go. No. Wait, what? What's going on? Okay, wait a minute. Wait, focus. Listen, I'm done with this segment anyway. Next segment. Oh my God. Okay, so how did he get caught? How did they catch Mr. Bushy Eyebrow with a smile? How did they catch him? And the well-rested face. Let's go. Let's see.
The evidence police say led them to a suspect in the murder of 4 college students in Idaho. Omar Villafranca has more.
Tonight, investigators were seen removing mattresses from the crime scene, loading 2 of them onto the back of pickup trucks. This, as newly released documents show, police were hot on the trail of the suspect, thanks to a digital web investigator say entangled Bryan Khoberger.
Everybody's driving around with a GPS tracker.
Mark Rosh is a former DOJ cybersecurity expert and says every day people leave a trail of digital debris.
People don't realize that when they're using any kind of a device, that they're leaving a track of what they're doing. And even if they're just driving in a car, there are automated license plate readers that are capturing their license plate.
Investigators say they were able to ID Khoberger as the owner of a white Hyundai Elantra that was seen speeding from the crime scene, which then led to his cell phone number.
Another side note, and you know, it's funny because I was, as I was taking notes here, sometimes, what the hell do I write? I typed Hyundai Elantra. I never heard of that car. And I was saying, like, how did they even what? How did they figure this out? Can I just ask you something, guys? And I don't know, maybe you guys are into cars. I'm not that much into cars, but even if I was, I wouldn't know what car I'm looking at. Look, they'd be like this. Miss Ezekiel, did you see the killer? Yes, he went that way. What car was he driving? A white car? Okay, what kind of white car? A Toyota? I mean, I wouldn't know what to say. How do you know it's a Hyundai Elantra? How do you know it's a Elantra? How do you know it's a Hyundai? How the hell do you know this kind of stuff? What? I've always wondered that how people, when people talk about, okay, let's press play.
In the affidavit, police say they tracked the criminal justice PhD student through his cell phone, and it pinged off towers near the crime scene at least 12 times before the attack. Police also say they think the suspect could have turned his phone off the morning of the murders, noting that Khoberger's device didn't ping cell towers between 2:47 a.m. and 4:48 a.m., saying that is consistent with Khoberger attempting to conceal his location during the quadruple homicide.
It's much more difficult to get away with these kinds of crimes in 2023 than it was 20, 30 years ago.
Omar joins us.
Do you hear that, criminals? Don't think that you can just go to do the crime without your phone. You know why? Because you need to get there. But even listen very closely. Our phones is our lives. When's the last time you turned your phone off just because you wanted to do a cartwheel? Never. When's the last time your phone died because the battery was full? Never. When's the last time your phone was turned off because the battery was full? Never. I don't understand these criminals. Your phone. I don't need anything else. Just give me your phone. Give me your phone, sir. Right, Sarah? Give me your phone. Right, Sarah? Right, Dara Brooks? Right, Chandler? Look, they all got caught with that thanks to the phone. Besides Dara Brooks, it was like daylight. But
Us from Moscow, Idaho. Omar, what more do we know about this surviving roommate's statement in the affidavit?
Well, we know her name, but we're not going to use it. We've decided not to. She's kind of been through enough. But it was interesting because in that affidavit, she was saying that she heard noises. She heard talking. And she went and peeked outside of her door. It's a home that has multiple rooms in it, and that's where people were saying. And she looked in there, and she saw a figure in black with a mask walk past her. And that's when she went back into her room and locked the door. Obviously something that at any age is terrifying. So those details are coming out. There's been a gag order that's basically put in place, a no contact rule. So, more will come out as we learn more through the courts.
What other threads are linking the suspect to the crime scene?
Well, as we mentioned a little bit there in the package, there was a lot digitally. It was basically a web that was explained in the affidavit that basically they believe tangled the suspect. Everything from there was cameras that they went looking for around the crime scene that's where they got the white Hyundai. Once they got a car and they've had a database to identify the car, they found a license plate that matched people who were nearby. They were able to identify Mr. Khoberger and then from there got his cell phone number. When he was driving back to Pennsylvania, they were tracking him through his toll tag from Washington State all the way back to his home in Pennsylvania. And there in Pennsylvania is where they went to his parents' house and went into the trash and got a DNA sample from there that linked him to DNA left on the sheath of a knife in the room. So a lot of police work being done, and experts are telling us this is pretty common, except it was done here and led to the arrest. Whether it leads to a conviction, that's up to a jury.
Omar Villafranca, thank you.
Well, that's how they got him. Through his phone. So the crime happened. People were very up in arms and say, how come there's no evidence? How come there's no news? How come there's no news? How come there's no news? Look, listen, from my own experience, the police is, if they can, they're always looking. Depending on the severity of the case, oh no, honey, they are looking. They are looking. It's just the frustration in the families in the community that there is no noise. They can't now tell you they can't tell you their progress. They cannot. It jeopardizes the entire operation. So they got the police department, even the state got a lot of heat for just like, what the hell? What's going on in Ohio? What the F? What the F? No, they cannot say anything. Although I do have to state though, is that this is, look, I base it from my experience. In Canada, they are very involved with the process. They don't tell you the information, but they check up on you. Hello, are you okay? How you doing today? You doing good? Okay, got it. Look, I just wanted to let you know we're working on this. We haven't stopped. We're working on this, I promise. A week later, hi, I'm just going to say hi. Do you need anything? Do you want us to stop by and talk? Yeah, we're working on it. We're making progress. We're working on it. We're working on it. We haven't given up. I don't know why they don't do that, because that's very important for families, because they are left in the dark and there is a scandal. In this case, it was a dead, a dead child. They needed to get, they can't be left in the dark. It just gets too dark. You need someone to chat, tell me something, even call and say hello. That would alleviate a lot of the mental anguish, because then when you get no news, you create a story in your head, and then that story becomes reality. And usually half the time that story is grandiose, more than what it really needs to be. From my own experience, over there in Canada, they hold your hand. They hold your hand in a respectful way without compromising the operation. Because I was surprised. I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, I want a phone call. Thanks for the call. Thanks for the call. Thanks for the call. Thanks for the call. Boy. All right, so let's look at Mr. Bushy Eyebrows, Bryan Khoberger. Let's look at him in court. He appeared in court a few days ago. And let's check it out. I want you to pay attention to his demeanor, okay? This is someone who knows, allegedly, he committed a crime. This is someone who, for God darn sake, his property was found on the scene. No matter how you spin it, he was there. A stranger? Really? Really? A stranger's stuff is in my house? Oh, I wonder how he got here. Teleportation. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Like sometimes the law, we have to change that, because if it's too obvious, I don't want a trial. Guilty. Forget the trial. Guilty. Can you imagine if, look, if you turn around and you see, oh, wait, I wore my watch. Look, I had a meeting. And if you don't know, my operation is timed. I can only be here for X amount of time, because then I have to edit. It's time. So sometimes get in the meeting, I just took off the jacket and I was here with you. But anyway, so look, my wedding ring, you see that? What if you found this in your kitchen? I don't live where you live, I think. You'd be like, wonder what's that doing here? Must be downstairs, right? And this is my DNA says it's mine. You think I teleported there? No. I mean, there's certain things I'm just like, come on, law, update. This is not the 1920s anymore. Update. And one more thing, that would make the criminals even scared, because they'd be like, crap, there's my DNA there. Yes, I see your DNA. Looks like you're guilty. Yeah. I'm just speculating, I'm not that smart. People are way smarter than me who know exactly why they haven't changed that. But I think they should change it.
Oh, we got it. We took care of it. You get it. Okay. All right.
Please be seated. We're on the record in the 2nd Judicial District, Latah County. This is the Magistrates Division of District Court. This is State of Idaho versus Bryan C. Khoberger, cause number CR 29222805. Mr. Khoberger is present in court. He is in custody. He is appearing with his attorney, Ms. Taylor, Mr. Thompson, Ms. Jennings, on behalf of the state. This is the time set in the matter for initial appearance. Mr. Khoberger, I am going to advise you of the rights that you have in this case. I am going to go over the criminal complaint with you, and then we're going to discuss setting the matter for further hearing. You have the following rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to the presumption of innocence. That means the state bears the burden to prove that you are guilty of this offense beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to a preliminary hearing. A preliminary hearing is a probable cause hearing. At that hearing, the state must establish that more likely than not, these felony offenses were committed and you were the one that committed the felony offenses. You have a right to have that hearing within 14 days if you remain in custody. If you are bound over at that preliminary hearing to district court, if the court finds probable cause, you would be bound over to district court. And at that time, you can enter a plea of not guilty, and you can have a jury trial set within 6 months of your appearance in district court. At both your preliminary hearing and your jury trial, you have the right to confront and question any evidence or witnesses called against you. Call witnesses on your own behalf, and compel witnesses to be present and testify at the state's expense. You have the right to be represented by a lawyer. If you cannot afford one, one could be appointed to represent you based upon your financial need. You also have the right to appeal any conviction in your case. Do you understand these rights?
Yes.
I am now going to go over the criminal complaint with you. Count 1 of the criminal complaint charges you with the felony offense of burglary. It alleges that the defendant, Bryan C. Khoberger, on or about November 13th of 2022, in Latah County, state of Idaho, did unlawfully enter a residence located at 1122 King Road, Moscow, with the intent to commit the felony crime of murder, in violation of Idaho Code 18-1401 and 1403. The maximum penalty for that offense, if you plead guilty or are found guilty, is not less than 1 year in prison, no more than 10 years in prison, and or a $50,000 fine or both. Do you understand?
Yes.
Count 2 alleges that you committed the felony offense of murder in the first degree. It alleges that the defendant, Bryan C. Khoberger, on or about November 13th, 2022, in Latah County, state of Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation, and with malice aforethought, kill and murder Madison Mogen, a human being, by stabbing Madison Mogen, from which she died, in violation of Idaho Code 18-4001, 4002, 4003, and 4004. The maximum penalty for this offense, if you were to plead guilty or be found guilty, is death or imprisonment for life. Do you understand?
Yes.
Count 3.
Yes. You see how she said death? She affected that. Death, exclamation point. Death. What? I might even understand. That just, okay. No, I would not be a good criminal. First of all, it'd be good TV, right? Wow.
Alleges that you committed the felony offense of murder in the first degree. It alleges that the defendant, Bryan C. Khoberger, on or about November 13th of 2022 in Latah County, state of Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation, and with malice aforethought, kill and murder Kaylee Gonsalves, a human being, by stabbing Kaylee Gonsalves, from which she died, in violation of Idaho Code 18-4001, 4002, 4003, 4004. Again, the maximum penalty for that offense, if you plead guilty or are found guilty, is death and or imprisonment for life. Do you understand?
Yes.
Count 4 alleges that you committed the felony offense of murder in the first degree. It alleges that the defendant, Bryan C. Khoberger, on or about November 13th of 2022 in Latah County, Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation, and with malice aforethought, kill and murder Xana Kernodle, a human being, by stabbing Xana Kernodle, from which she died, in violation of Idaho Code 18-4001, 4002, 4003, and 4004. Again, the maximum penalty for that offense, if you plead guilty or are found guilty, is up to death and or imprisonment for life. Do you understand?
Yes.
Count 5 alleges that you committed the felony offense of murder in the first degree. It alleges that the defendant, Bryan C. Khoberger, on or about November 13th of 2022 in Latah County, state of Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation, and with malice aforethought, kill and murder Ethan Chapin, a human being, by stabbing Ethan Chapin, from which he died, in violation of Idaho Codes 18-4001, 4002, 4003, and 4004. And again, the maximum penalty for this offense, if you plead guilty or are found guilty, is up to death and imprisonment for life. Do you understand?
Yes.
And Mr. Khoberger, would you like to represent yourself, hire a lawyer, or see if you qualify for court-appointed counsel?
I have court-appointed counsel.
Court has reviewed your application for attorney at public expense. I do find that you are indigent and do qualify for court-appointed counsel. I will appoint Ms. Taylor to represent you in this case.
Well, at least he's smart enough to represent himself. To represent, whatever, you know what I meant. To have the counsel represent him. I only say that because he popped into my head, Eddie Bailiff and Darrell Brooks. No. Mr. Berger. Oh, maybe for a burger on the wall. Or is that too rude for anybody who's named Khoberger? Is that a unique name? Is that a common name? It's either bushy eyebrows or burger. A burger might be too much. Oh, well. Suitcases. Daddy Bailiff. Okay, now look.
Ms. Taylor, have you had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Khoberger about a speedy preliminary hearing and setting this matter?
Your Honor, I have. We would ask the court to set a status hearing in a week or two to make a final determination.
Okay. And Mr. Thompson, Ms. Jennings are in agreement with that.
That's fine with the state, Your Honor.
Oh! Did you see the beard of the prosecution? Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. Ooh. I love that. What is wrong with people with good follicles? Judge with the good hair. Oh wait, no, she had no good hair. Defense lawyer with the good hair. Bushy eyebrows and good beard. Wow, that was good beard. And he like combed it. That was good.
I will go ahead and set this matter for a status hearing then on the calendar on
Come on.
January 12th.
Oh.
At
Mark your dates.
10 o'clock a.m.
Too early. Oh my God, courts.
We will make sure notice is sent, and then Ms. Taylor, do you wish to argue bail at this time?
Your Honor, I would like to ask the court to consider setting a bond. Mr. Khoberger right now is on a no bond hold, but it's a limited request as I don't have enough information. We are new to the case. We haven't reviewed very much in the way of information about the case, and we have just done our own work on the case. But we would want the court to know that Mr. Khoberger has a good family that stands behind him.
So the lawyer just said that Mr. Khoberger has a good family that stands by him. Listen to me. I know I started this video hot. And the reason why I started the video hot is because of one piece of evidence that I don't know how you can explain that. The knife, the sheath of his knife was literally in the room of Kaylee Gunn Galvez. How'd you explain my wedding ring on your bed? Go. Yeah. How do you explain my wedding ring on your bed? No, that's it. That's it. Honestly, like, like everything crumbles as far as the defense. Because if you could, how does this, I don't know how else to say it. Yeah, everything. I don't even need to hear anymore. The sheath of a stranger's knife with the DNA of that stranger is found in another stranger's home where the body of the owner of that home is dead. Oh, teleportation is real? Yes. Yes, those aliens, they fly those saucers and they suck you up and they throw that sheet over there. Oh no, they threw the knife and the knife unfortunately hit a human being. And that's that. And they felt really guilty and they sucked the knife away but forgot to leave the sheath. No, that's what I mean. Like, it's all nice and all, but you can explain everything else. But how do you explain that? I mean, if as a jury, I'd be like, fine, he's innocent, but that sheath, explain that to me. Did you know the girl? No. Okay, well, why is your stuff in her house?
And Mr. Thompson.
The state's position is that Mr. Khoberger is not entitled to bond in this case because the charges, as is noted on the arrest warrant itself. Under Code 19-816, 19-2903 both specify that given the potential penalties in this case, there's no direct bail. The defendant was arrested 3,000 miles away across the country, where his family asked that he remain in custody.
I wasn't even listening. Look at that beard. That's a good beard. Damn, that's a thick-ass good beard. And nice and gray, thickalicious, well-combed. It looks like it smells nice. Right? What is wrong with me?
At this point in time, pursuant to Idaho Criminal 46B and Idaho Code 19-816 and 2903, I am going to leave the bail set of this case as no bail at this point in time until I have additional or further information at a later date and time. So with that, then Mr. Khoberger, you will be remanded in custody and remain in custody on the no bail pending further proceedings in this matter. Is there anything further in the case then for today, Mr. Thompson?
Commissioner, the state is asking for no contact orders for various family members of the deceased and also for the surviving roommates. I spoke briefly with Ms. Taylor. She indicated there's no objection.
And Ms. Taylor, is that correct?
That is correct.
So I will go ahead and issue those no contact orders. So I do have a no contact order then for the named individual.
Sorry. So I'm going to give you their names because I don't know. Who needs that? They suffered enough. Anyway. So January 12th, 10 a.m. I think I'm busy. I think I have work. I think I have work. I don't think I can clear my schedule, but I'll report the best I can. No, he's staying in jail. This is going to be interesting. All right, let's go. Final thought. Look. When I found out about these murders, in my mind I was like, this is obviously someone that household knew. A friend, a jealous boyfriend, a person from the fraternity, sorority, someone jealous. So I was waiting patiently until someone I expected it to be. When I found out that this bushy eyebrows was a complete stranger, I was like, oh damn. Oh, damn. Now that just became a whole new level. A stranger? A stranger? 4? 4. With 2 survivors. Then I was like, no. A stranger? 4? That's targeted. What kind of stranger is this? And that's why I came out with this story sooner, because I wanted to come out with this a little later. I was like, let's just wait and see. And then like when I saw bushy eyebrows, I was like, oh, no. This is going to be interesting, because for a stranger to end up right here in this court, that means that prosecution has plenty of evidence. They have enough. They have enough. I have full faith in the justice system. I do. I really do. They have enough, even though they make mistakes. But perfection is stupid, and perfection is unexpected. You can't expect perfection, even something as great as our justice system has holes. That's just the nature of the beast. You can't please everyone. You cannot be perfect. But let me tell you, he's sitting there. He has no idea what the hell is coming for him, and it's coming. And let me tell you something. When that lawyer, defense lawyer, you know, of course, she's a defense lawyer. She has to be, you know, for her client, asking for the bond and saying, Mr. Khoberger has a supporting family and stuff. You know, and I've said it before, and I will say it always. There are limits. There are boundaries that are in place and that needs to be put in place. Yes, we're friends. Yes, we're best friends. Yes, you're my spouse. Yes, you're my child. Okay? But there are limits to how far you can take advantage of this privilege. If Olympia did this, look, if she comes home and says, Papa, I'm speaking to her in French, so she probably tell me in French. She's like, Papa, look, I'm wanted. Really? Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the officer's talking about, but I'm wanted. What did you do? Nothing. Oh, really? And then in the evidence, I see Olympia's beret in a stranger's home. Olympia, what is this? Olympia, what is your hairband doing in that man's bed? I don't need explanation, Olympia. Get out. No, I'm so serious. I know I sound really harsh. It would break me, but I cannot co-sign on that. And these, look, I guarantee you, his parents have read the mountain of evidence, and they're falling on that knife sheath. They're falling on that. They've read that. And then ask him that question. Bryan, why is your knife on the bed of this girl? Bryan, mommy, shut up. Why is a knife on the bed of this girl? Supporting family. Let me tell you how you support criminals, family. You send them right in that cage and you tell them, I love you too much and that's why I have to let you go. What? It makes me question that whole family there. Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, you could throw darts at me. I know. And you know, I've worked for my daughter, okay? It didn't come out of, oops, I'm pregnant. It wasn't like that. I've worked to get her. There was no oopses in this pregnancy, okay? It was work. And I would be completely shattered if she ended up a criminal like this. But I would never, ever co-sign on this. Yeah. My brain is stuck. My brain is stuck on that knife sheath. I don't even care about everything else. That's probably why, as I was going through this, I was getting disinterested at everything else, because my brain is stuck on the fact that his knife sheath is in the stranger's home and that stranger is dead. Explain that to me. Explain. There's nothing to explain, right? Done deal. Done case. I don't even need to see any of this. That's how I feel. And, you know, like, if you're new here, there's a few words here and there that create triggers in me. And one of them is like when I just heard family supports him. Really? I'm questioning all of you, family. All of you are being questioned. Come here, family. Have a seat. Have a seat. Okay. Why do you think he's innocent? Explain the knife. Okay, next. Explain the knife. All right. Next. You better have a good explanation. Poor kids. I can't even imagine the phone call, right? Your kid is dead. By the way, you know, in my household here, we laugh all the time. It's only 3 of us, but please, we laugh all the time. My daughter, brand new, by the way, 7 months, she's picked up on the fact that we giggle all the time. So she is now starting to giggle for no reason, which creates a loophole effect of giggles. Like, I have videos of it. I just can't show you. I don't have permission from my spouse. It's completely ridiculous. And it's really funny. And you know, she's picking up on that. And I cannot wait. She's a teenager and she's a goof like her papa. 2 goofs going along in Paris. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, that's my final thought, is that this man has no idea what is coming for him. He's going to be chewed up. You think, Bryan Khoberger, you think you're smart. You think you're smart. Let me tell you, clearly you didn't pay attention to your classes. Because if you were a PhD of criminology, you would not be sitting here, idiot. Clearly, you're not that smart. Actually, Bryan Khoberger is the smartest one college education-wise of all the criminals on the wall. Maybe I'll put him here. I'll put the mustache here. Oh, up here. Yeah. So let me know, mustache or the burger? my brain wants to go with burger. It's a burger. Although I don't want to offend anybody else who's named Khoberger. I assume Khoberger is not a unique name. I'm sure there's more people named Khoberger. Now, they'll be very offended if they see their name associated with a burger, because I'm sure I won't be the first one to say that to them in their life. Hello, burger, right? But that's that. That's my final thought. So look, I'm getting ready to leave. Yes. I'm looking at the clock. I have literally 10 minutes of my record time. But listen to me. Stay for a little while, because we're going to go to the final segment, which is Let's Talk. Because let's talk. It's not a story time. Stop criticizing me with that. It's just us talking. But I really have to stick to the time because I have to go. So let's talk. Yeah. That's how I looked at the meeting, by the way. And I was discussing contracts. So I needed to look professional. In my industry is fitness. I sell fitness. So I needed to look fitness-ish. And I needed to discuss numbers, percentages. Can I tell you a secret? My mental math used to be good. It's not that great anymore. And I don't go to meetings without my calculator. I'm in the office now, so I have a calculator right there. I can put it up. But you know what's so funny? Because these people who think their poop don't smell, they just expect me to have all the mental math up here. I'm like, are you crazy? So of course, lawyer's on the line. And my lawyer is my friend. They end up being friends because they know so much about you. They end up being friends. It's like, you know everything about me. Don't steal from me. But anyway, so look. So they are they're waiting. They throw numbers out because I guess they're smart. I'm like, 1 second. No. Yes, that's exactly how it went. Anyway, I don't know why I did this. I'm looking at the clock. I have 3 minutes. Listen to me. Let's talk, right? All right. Actually, I need to make a quick announcement. You know I love you guys, right? I love you so much. It's not even funny, right? I'm telling you, it's like, first is my health. I have to come first on my health. I'm sorry. Second is my daughter. Yeah. She has to come second. Third is my spouse. Of course. Fourth is my friends. I'm sorry, my family. And you are 5 among my friends. You're in there. Do you know I think about you a lot? Okay, I just took 30 seconds to say that. That was not necessary, but listen to me very quickly. I'm talking very fast because I have to go. But listen to me. Story time. I got in trouble the other day. Yeah, I got in trouble. Ty messaged me upset. He was upset. He was like, he said to me, he's like, Alistair, why did you tell them about Johnny? I said, I didn't say anything wrong. I didn't say anything rude. I was very thoughtful and making sure I didn't divulge too much. I didn't go into the details of how we saw him, how he looked. I didn't go into all that. I kept it summarize. No, he was upset. because he was feeling a certain kind of way, and he was like, "Stop telling me the message. Stop it." I said, "Okay, I won't." I said, "Okay, fine, I won't." And then he said, that story that I was going to tell you today about us escaping being trafficked. That's not a joke. That's not a joke. Please, I'm here sitting here with a suit. Honey, my life in the past, disaster. I don't even know how I made it. I tell you how I made it. I just be like, just go to school, 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 just go to school. While I'm still figuring myself out, having a good old time in New York City and stepping into all the wrong steps. Yeah. Look, I'm alive. Yeah. So, he was like, don't tell this story. Stop telling our stories. Yeah, I know. I didn't even try to convince him. I said, okay, I understand. I won't. And you know why? Let me tell you why. Because a lot of the stories that I was going to tell you, a lot of my stories, look, from 18 till 24, a mess, a control mess, because I still went to class. I still went to school, and I freaking graduated. But the in-between, I was partying every day. Every day I was out with those guys. Those four. And then, 22 is when Johnny went. 24 is when Maurice went. But that time, that's where all my stories happened. Because after that, I met my spouse, and then I became normal. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know how to tell stories without telling the full picture. And I don't know how to remove him out of the picture. It just feels weird. And so I don't know how to tell you stories if he's not giving me the approval to say. So today was going to be the whole, like, we escaped being trafficked. I told Ty, I said, that could help some people in some way. Someone might be looking at what to look for. He said, no. And it wouldn't feel right telling it, like, as if I'm the only one there, because I wasn't. But look, I tell you this much, because I thought about the words, okay? I'll tell you how old we were. Ty, stop. I'll tell you how old we were. 20. Yeah. What happened? We underage drinking, by the way. We were not of age, okay? And it was a full operation. It was a full operation. Yeah, the person from the driver to the doorman to the bartender to the person at the bathroom. Everybody was involved, and everybody there, because they made it look like it was a party. And everybody there, because that was the first thing I was like, everybody here is a kid. Where are the grown-ups? Like, I'm the kid. I don't want to hang out with kids. I want to hang out with grown-ups. Where are the grown-ups? Where the party? Yeah. First thing I was like, there's too many children here. How old are you? I said that. 17. Like, what? And I turned to Maurice, I said, what the hell are we? And they were giving free drinks. And you know how we are with free drinks. I'm telling you the story. Okay, sorry. Sorry. So that's that. Yeah, I went over time by 2 minutes. I always do. Guys, I love you for watching. You know what? You are amazing. You make my day. Do you understand? Look at me. I don't want to go. Okay, I got to go. Bye. I love you. Bye.